Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we are doing the top 5 best sounding cars in Driving Empire Part 3. This time I'm trying to make it the last one. So, I considered everything. I've brought in all forces, all powers. I've brought in startup, the idle, the interior sound, the acceleration, the deceleration, You get the idea. I want to make this a final definitive list, but as always, updates happen and new cars come in. There's actually a new car on this list, or two. You'll have to find out. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright, so number 5 is definitely my favorite. It is the 2016 Lamborghini Huracan. You may think it's a special edition because of the wing. No, that's just the wing I bought from the attachments. Yeah. This one has just a okay startup, I guess. Let's go ahead and get that. It has no idle to speak of, which really makes me sad. But here's why it got number 5. Man, I'm really good at driving. Thank you. 10 out of 10. Oh yeah, that acceleration sound is seriously good. You know, I have a lot of friends that don't play Driving Empire, and whenever I do get them to play, I'm like, alright, I can convince you to like this game in a couple minutes. I tell them, alright, hop in the car, alright, go into first person, make sure your sound is about on 2 or 3, and let me do the rest. Oh yeah, that is really good. That is really what makes this game amazing compared to a lot of other driving games. It's because of that attention to detail. Just the difference of the sounds. But this is seriously my favorite sounding car in the game, but it's not the best. So let's go ahead and get into number 4. Alright, so number 4, this was a pretty close to number 3. Just one thing got me on it. It's the Ferrari 296 GTO/GTB. I don't remember which. But anyways, the startup on this thing is something else. When I said it was something else, you didn't believe me, and then you heard it, and then it was something else, wasn't it? The only reason this got number 4 and didn't get number 3 is that idle. I just don't think it goes well with the startup and the acceleration. Yeah, that acceleration sound is unique because there's no other car with this acceleration sound ever. You know, in the game, obviously. You know, there might be some close in IRL. We're getting off topic. But and then the twin turbo, which hint hint comes with the car, so you don't have to buy it. That's awesome. That just makes this like car complete. A great startup, an okay idle, and an amazing acceleration sound. My only problem, other than the idle, is the interior sound. So let's go ahead and give you a little audio test with that. Yeah, the only problem that I really have with the interior is it just sounds weird. It sounds different than what's coming out of the exhaust. So, it still sounds wonderful, but it feels different. And that's why it's at number 4 and not at number 3, so... Oh man, let's just get into number 3, because this one was hard to choose over number 2. Number 3 is the Lamborghini Aventador. Just the normal one. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. The startup is delectable. Ooh, you can't get enough of that. I did the volume too low. I didn't click. I misclicked. There we go. Finally, after 15 tries, I did it. The Idol, also above number 4, the 296. And let's go ahead and line up right in the center. Close enough. I'm not gonna try and get it exact center. Screw it. I'm getting it exact center. Just get ready for this one. Everything about the acceleration and the deceleration is perfect. Everything. Now, the reason this didn't get number 2 is because it's so quiet on the inside. It just doesn't sound right. Man. It feels like every Lamborghini in this game has a positive sound quality about it. This one, however, in my opinion, is the best sounding Lamborghini. Not my favorite, it's the best sounding, in my opinion. And the sound that it makes just goes perfectly with the looks of the car. Like, something that looks like this, you expect to make this sound, and I am so glad it does. This is, in my opinion, like I said, the best sounding Lamborghini. But we got 2 more cars to do, guys. So let's go ahead and get into them. When you think of the top 2 best sounding cars in the game, you think everything has to be perfect about them. And they also have to be bloody expensive. Well, let me tell you, that's not always the case. Like this, the Ferrari Enzo number 2. This is not the most expensive car in the game. It's maybe not even close to what you would call expensive for this game. It is, I believe, around 2 million. Not bad, if you ask me. And for the sound you get, it's one heck of a deal. Let's go ahead and get that startup out of the way. It feels like it was shortened, but that still didn't prevent it from gifting our ears with some holy music. Because holy crap, that was really good. The Idol, let's go back to that. Really nice. And then the acceleration. Also really nice. Adding a twin turbo makes it even better. And then you have the interior. Oh, perfection. Perfection. Yeah, this thing is nearly perfect in every way when it comes to sound. Like, this car sounds amazing. But it doesn't get number 1. There is one car that I believe sounds better than this. So, without further ado, let's Let's get right into it. Number 1 is the Pagani Zonda R. No, I'm just kidding. This thing sounds disappointing compared to the old R. Get out of my sight, you... Die. I killed it. Alright, let's do the actual number 1. Now, out of all of my inventory, there can only be one survivor. And it is this. The 288 GTO. Now, there is a problem with this. Its startup is almost non-existent. Its idle is iffy. But there's some redeeming qualities that make it number 1. So, let me shut up and let you listen to this thing. Oh yeah. That is a number 1 worthy car right there. Just the acceleration. Let me turn up the volume a bit. It's just so good. And for a reasonable 1 point something million, I think this is really worth the number 1 spot. Money-wise and sound-wise. Oh, it just sounds so good. You don't expect something as cheap as 1 point something million to sound this good, but it really does. It's just perfect. So I'm gonna stop freaking out about how good this car sounds, and I think we're gonna wrap up the video. So let's go ahead and do so. So today I figured out a top 5 list of best sounding cars, and I based it off a couple of things. So if you don't remember the list, number 5 was the 2016 Huracan Lamborghini. Number 4 was let me find it. Oh, it's so hard to search through it. All right, the 296 GTO or GTB, whichever one. Number 3 was the Aventador. Number 2 was, oh, I gotta scroll all the way up. The Enzo. And number 1 was the 288 GTO. With barely any startup and an okay idle. Anyways, this whole video, all my opinion, you can have a different one. It doesn't matter to me. This is just what I think the best sounding cars are. Also, I didn't mean to be so harsh on the Zonda. No, I'm just kidding. The Revolution sounds so disappointing compared to, I don't know, the old Zonda R and the IRL Zonda. The Revolution sounds so bad. I should do a whole video on that. You know, that isn't such a bad idea. So, anyways, thank you all for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.